Hello everyone, it's Shourabh here. Friends, in this series of 3 short videos, we are learning how to make questions in English. In the first video of this series, we have got the basic understanding of interrogative sentence or questions. We have also learned what is yes-no question and what is WH questions. So now in this video, we will learn how to form yes-no question. If you still haven't watched the last video, then I'll suggest you to watch this video at first. Friends, it's very important to strengthen your basics, right? So that's why I have given the link of this video in the description box. So let's start. Now we all know that yes-no question is the general question. We can give the answer of this question by just saying yes or no. It's super simple to identify. Friends, we also know that there are two types of verbs, auxiliary verbs and main verbs. If you haven't watched my video on verbs, then please watch it because verbs have a great role to form any type of question. I'll give you the link of this video in the description box. So these are the auxiliary verbs. Am is are, was were, have has had, shall should, will would, can could, may might. So these are the auxiliary verbs. If you find any of the auxiliary verbs in the sentence, then it's super simple to make a question. Just put the auxiliary verb before the subject and make a question. They are students. They are students. Can you find any auxiliary verb here? Yes, right? Are is the auxiliary verb. So we will just put the auxiliary verb are before the subject they and will make a question. Are they students? Are they students? Right? So this has become a yes-no question. Another one. He can play tennis. He can play tennis. In this sentence also, can is the auxiliary verb. So we have got another auxiliary verb, can. So we will just put can before the subject he and will make a question. Can he play tennis? Can he play tennis? Right? It's super simple, right? Just put the auxiliary verb before the subject and make a question. Now it is the practice time. We will practice together. I will tell you an assertive sentence and then you will transform it into an yes-no question. Okay, so let's start. Number 1 question. Rohan was a cricketer. Rohan was a cricketer. What will be the question of it? Yes, absolutely right. Was Rohan a cricketer? Was Rohan a cricketer? Just put the auxiliary verb was before the subject Rohan and make a question. Was Rohan a cricketer? Next, number 2 question. He will go to Delhi. He will go to Delhi. What will be the question of it? Yes, will is the auxiliary verb here. So, will he go to Delhi? Will he go to Delhi? Right. Next, number 3. They have completed the task. They have completed the task. In this sentence, yes, you are absolutely right. Have is the auxiliary verb. So we will just put have before the subject they and will make a question. Have they completed the task? Have they completed the task? Right? But if there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence, has only main verb, then how will we make it a yes-no question? We cannot follow the same formula here. It means we cannot put the main verb before the subject and make it a question. In this case, we will have to take the help of do verb. Yes, my dear friends, do verb. Do verb has many forms, but we need only 3 of them to make it a question. They are do, does and did. Right? Do, does, did. Among them, do and does are present and did is past. It means if the main verb of the sentence is in present form, then we will use do or did, do or does. And if the main verb is in past form, then we will use did, right? Do or does for present form and did for past form. So let's have some examples. They organize the picnic. They organize the picnic. Now we can see that there is no auxiliary verb in this sentence. Can you find any auxiliary verb? No, right? There is only one verb, that is organize, and it is a main verb. So in this case, we will have to take the help of do verb to make it a question. At first, we need to identify the tense of the verb, whether it is in present tense or in past tense. Organize is in present tense, right? It is in present tense. So we will have to take the help of do or does. We will use do or does. In this case, we will use do. So the question will be, do they organize the picnic? Do they organize the picnic? Just put do at the beginning of the sentence and make a question. Do they organize the picnic? Right? Another one. You live in India. You live in India. Here as well, we cannot find any auxiliary verb. There is only one main verb, live, and it is in present tense. So we will again use do here. So the question will be, do you live in India? Do you live in India? Just put the do verb at the beginning. Do you live in India? Right? Friends, you might be thinking that we are not using does here. So let's see where we can use does to make a question. He goes to school. He goes to school. There is no auxiliary verb in this sentence, and it is also in present tense. But can you find any difference here? Here, es is added with the main verb go. When the subject is third person singular number, then s or es is added with the verb in present indefinite tense. As es is added with the main verb go, that's why we will use does to make it a question. So the question will be, does he go to school? Does he go to school? Go to school, right? Not goes. Because the es of goes is taken by does. So it will be, does he go to school? Another one. Robin paints the picture. Robin paints the picture. Here as well we can see that s is added with the main verb paint. So the question will be, does Robin paint the picture? Does Robin paint, right? Paint the picture, not paints. So if the main verb is in present form, then we will use do or does to make it a question. And if the main verb is in past form, then we will use did to make it a question. Like, she performed on the stage. She performed on the stage. Performed is in past form. So the yes no question will be, did she perform the stage? Did she perform on the stage? Perform, right? Not performed. Because the past form of the verb is taken by did. So the only base form will be used. Only perform. Did she perform on the stage? Last example. They watched the movie. They watched the movie. Watched is also in past form. So the yes no question will be, did they watch the movie? Did they watch the movie? Watch, right? Not watched. So these are all about how to make yes no question. If there is any auxiliary verb, then just put the auxiliary verb before the subject and make it a question. And if there is no auxiliary verb, only main verb, then we will have to take the help of do verbs. We will use do, does and did. For present form we will use do and does, and for past form we will use did, right? I hope now you can easily make yes no question. Still, if you have any confusion, please let me know in the comment section. Friends, we all know the importance of practice. That's why I will add a lot of activities in our Facebook group, Spoken English Learning Family. If you are still not associated with this group, then I'll suggest you to immediately join this group. You can practice there. I'll give you the link of this video in the description box. So this is all about today. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Take care.